Yeah.
Okay. How many? Still eight. Okay, can we start?
Yeah, I think we can start now because the session is being recorded
Okay,
already.
thank you. Now I'll share the PowerPoints again. Okay, today, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are going to talk about knowledge gap, yeah, in article introduction. Okay, yeah. So knowledge gap is very important. Yeah, it is also called niche, yeah, niche or information gap. Okay. Now we are going to do research because there is something, there's some information, uh, very important information not found in the literature. There is information which is not discussed yet, yeah, by other people, yeah, uh, in uh, in previous studies. Okay, this is very important
Bang,
because if we
oh bang,
don't
boleh
we
lagi rokok ni?
don't focus on the research gap or information gap or knowledge gap, our research result will not give something new, new information, yeah, to the readers. Okay, so doing research is to doing research and write an article is to give new information to readers. Yeah, if our article doesn't give any new information to the intended readers, not just readers, yeah, to the intended or expected readers. So our article will not be new to them and they will not read it. But before that, the journal editors or the journal reviewers know or think that our article will not give something new or new information to the readers, they will not publish it. Okay. Usually the reviewers or the editors, yeah, at the first screening, the first evaluation, yeah, they will notice what is the new thing, yeah, from the article. Will it give something new information, yeah, something that is not discussed yet by other authors from the literature, okay, and or the authors will ask the question, have you read these articles already? Yeah, have you read this? Have you read this? Yeah, because maybe our finding is similar to the finding of other authors. Okay, so in short, yeah, we have to be sure, very sure, yeah, from the beginning of our articles that our article, yeah, our research result will provide something new information, yeah, to the readers. Okay, we have to be sure. Now, how to do that? Okay, so how to do that? Yeah, and that's what the answer is what we studied last week. We have to evaluate, yeah, the literature, the previous studies. Yeah, if we don't evaluate the previous studies, yeah, if we do not negatively evaluate, if we do not criticize the available literature, and then our we cannot find, yeah, the research gap. Yeah, yeah. If we agree to all research findings, yeah, from the previous studies, you know, how can we get the gap, yeah, the knowledge gap? Yeah, so just like looking at people, yeah, if you positively evaluate, yeah, other people, you will never give suggestion or correction or improvement to other people. Okay, you are looking at 10 people, for example. Okay, you're looking at one person, yeah, and then you agree with everything, yeah, with him or with her. Yes, that's right. That's good. I agree with you. Yeah, I like it. You cannot help him or her improve himself or herself. If you agree with the person, everything, yeah, what she says, yeah, what he says, yeah, for example, yeah, how he behaves, how she behaves, yeah, how he dresses, yeah, how she dresses, you agree with it, everything, yeah, a positive evaluation, positive or judgment, for example, yeah, you cannot give anything, any suggestion, any improvement to that person. Only if you try to find the limitation or weakness of that person at any aspect, yeah, you can give suggestion or a correction or improvement, yeah, for improvement to the person. Okay, so just like that. Okay, yeah. So you have to analytically uh, analyze or review previous studies, yeah, and that to find the gap of knowledge, yeah, the gap of information. Okay, we look at the examples later on, yeah, the statement of research gap, yeah, not only in the introduction, Yeah, even in the abstract, at the first sentence or first two sentences of the abstract, authors usually address the research gap already. Yeah, and that is the trigger. Yeah, the motivation. Yeah, for readers. Yeah, to read the article. So, introduction section. The significant purpose of the author in the introduction of a research article is to convince the reader about the importance of the work to be presented. This is the beginning. Okay, the uh the claim. Yeah, the centrality claim. To achieve this end, a convincing niche, this is the research gap, niche, yeah, needs to be built by evaluating, yeah, not just by describing or commenting, it's by evaluating. Yeah, by evaluating, yeah, we look at the strengths and weaknesses, yeah, limitation, or even rejecting, yeah, or indicating gaps in previous related work. So this is the way to find, yeah, to produce research work, research gap. Yeah. Okay, we look at again to the model, yeah, of research article introduction, yeah, by Swales, which is called CARS. Yeah, CARS stands for creating a research space. Yeah, at the beginning we address a centrality claim. Why is the title? Why is the topic important or necessary? Yeah, whether or not the topic is new, whether or not the topic or the title is popular, or what is the problem? Yeah, about the topic. Okay, if there is no problem, yeah, why do we need to study it? Okay, especially in social sciences, yeah, research is based on problem. Yeah, but the problem can be from the real world problem, yeah, and or from the research world problem. And then we have to review literature, yeah, reviewing items of previous research. So by literature review, yeah, it means we have to review other people's work, other people's studies, yeah, already published, yeah, in journals, which are related to our topic, yeah, not something else. Yeah, it must be focused, okay, and then we can address, yeah, the niche, yeah, or the research gap. So after reviewing, after negatively evaluating other people's work, then we can find, we can produce, we can address, we can write, yeah, the research gap, the gap of knowledge, yeah, from the previous studies. So the quality of the research gap depends on the relevance, the newness, and the quality of the articles, research articles that we review. If we review only local articles, yeah, I mean articles published in local journals, yeah, and then our articles is not suitable for international journals. Yeah. So if we intend to write an article to be submitted to an international journals, we have to review articles published in international journals, in international good or reputable journals, yeah, such as journals indexed by Scopus, by Web of Science, or published by famous publishers such as Taylor and Francis, Elsevier, yeah, and so on. Yeah, so we have to be selective here, yeah, not to review just an article relevant to our topic, but we have to select. Yeah, the journals must be reputable journals, international journals. If we aimed, yeah, uh, international journal for publication. Okay. This is the new model of cars, yeah, also from Swales in 2004. Okay. There is still move to here, establishing a niche, or a research gap. Yeah. So based on the literature review. Okay, so this is the um, an example or model of research gap. Yeah. So the yellow ones are studies already conducted or done by other people, and then we find the gaps, and then our study, our findings, the blue one will fill in the gaps. Okay, something left, yeah, something missing from the yellow one, and then the blue one, this is our study, will fill in the gaps, and then it will complete, yeah, the information will be completed. Okay, so just one area, one aspect, one component of the information is missing, and that is the rationale for our study, and we have to find it. Okay, so what is research gap? Yeah, there are other names of this. There's evidence gap, empirical gaps, knowledge gap, methodological gap, practical knowledge gap, population gap, or theoretical gap. So there are 7 types of research gap. Yeah. This is by Miles. Yeah. My model, or the model that I use in the articles I published last year, I use only 5 so 5 types. Okay, evidence gap means, yeah, we look at from the evidence, yeah, from the studies already conducted, yeah, and then if we found something missing there, something, a limitation of the study, yeah, we call it. Yeah, I'll give you the examples of this, yeah, later on. Yeah, examples of evidence gap, examples of empirical gap, yeah, knowledge gap is general knowledge gap, and also methodological gap is like the previous studies use a small size sample, for example, or use only qualitative approach, yeah, not quantitative one, yeah, for example, not a mixed method one. So the limitation of the previous studies is on the methodological. Okay, practical knowledge gap. Yeah, we look at the problems or the weakness is from the practical point of view, and then the population gap. Yeah, the previous studies use, for example, a small population. Okay, and therefore it is not generalizable, generalizable. Okay, and then theoretical gap. Okay, so there are 7 types of research gap according to Miles. Yeah. Okay, knowledge gap. Yeah, what has been done to what the present research is about? It functions as a mini critic, yeah, a mini critic, and often consists of not more than a sentence. Yeah, so the statement of a knowledge gap or research gap is often only one sentence. Yeah, but yeah, we have to add another sentence, yeah, to support, to justify that the sentence, the claim of knowledge gap is important, or is valid, is true. Okay, yeah, because we claim, yeah, knowledge gap sentence is a claim. So whenever we make a claim, we have to justify it. We have to support it with a reference, okay, to make it more acceptable, yeah, by readers, yeah, to make it more convincing. By indicating a knowledge gap, the writer builds up a demand, a need for the current contribution. Essentially, the gap represents an unresolved question that the current contribution seeks to solve. So, unresolved question. Yeah. You see, doing research is to answer question, and therefore we need to address research question. Okay. So, and we have to find the question which is not answered yet by the previous studies. So if the same if the same question has already been answered by authors from previous researchers, we don't need to answer the same question again. Yeah. So our research question must be new, must be something different from research questions from other people, yeah, from the previous studies. So don't ask the same question as other people have asked. Yeah? So if you ask the same question, it means you repeat other people's study. Yeah? This only just an imitation of other people's study. Okay, so research question is very important. Yeah, and you have to be sure that you ask a different question from the previous studies. Yeah, so don't ask the same question. Okay, so how do you know that you don't ask the same question? Yeah, you look at the other people's studies. Yeah, from the research articles. Yeah, not 5, not 10. Yeah, if it is possible, more than that. Yeah, 20 research articles, and none of them ask the same questions as you ask. Yeah, for your study. Okay, is it clear enough? Yeah. After the literature review, you have to address your research question, and you have to be sure that your research question is different from the questions addressed by other people from their study already published in journal, in good journals. Okay. So maybe the same questions has been asked, yeah, by the previous authors, published in national journals, yeah, or published in international journals, okay, yeah, but not yet, yeah, for example, in reputable, in high rank, yeah, journals, okay. So make sure that you don't ask the same questions. Yeah, you have to find a different question, or a different question can be found, can be built up, yeah, from looking at the same object from a different angle, yeah, from a different method, yeah, from a different perspective. Example of knowledge gap here, yeah. Another objective of displaying writers' knowledge and understanding of the state of the art of the disciplines is also achieved through gap statement. Unfortunately, so this is the introduction of research gap. The word like unfortunately, however, but, yeah, or while. Yeah, so the conjunction, yeah, usually used to introduce research gap is like that. Yeah, unfortunately, however, but, yeah, or while. Yeah, the available literature about this is CS, yeah, I think this method, okay, or computer science or whatever, yeah, is limited to the analysis of overall structure of the CS research article. Okay, so this is the sentence of research gap. Unfortunately, the available literature about CS is limited to the analysis of overall structure of the CS research article. Okay, and then, yeah, the author use a reference, yeah, to support this. Okay, and the generic evaluation of the introduction of software engineering article. Hence, in the present paper, okay, so based on this statement of research gap, and then the present paper or the present articles, yeah, ask a different question. Okay, so research question are based on the statement of research gap. Okay, this is another example. Yeah, the studies by Arshad 2003 and Adnan 2009 are important in order to identify how Indonesian authors rhetorically address their communicative function in their Indonesian or English research article introduction. However, as far as we are concerned, there is no study on how Indonesian authors rhetorically review literature when writing research articles in English in multidisciplinary journal. Okay? Yeah, so this is the statement of research gap. However, as far as we are concerned, if you write with someone else, yeah, uh, not a single author, yeah, if you write an article alone, yeah, no partner, you will write as far as I am concerned, yeah, there is no study on how. But this statement of there is no study on blah 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 is the lowest, the weakest, yeah, type of research gap. Okay. Yeah. I claim, yeah, we claim that no study on a particular topic, as far as I am concerned, as far as we are concerned. Yeah. But what about if there are studies on that topic? Maybe we don't know. We have not read it yet, or we don't have access, yeah, to the studies. So that is the weakness of using this type of research gap, yeah, statement. Yeah, and therefore this is called non-existent, no study, yeah, on a particular topic yet. Okay, so if you can, don't use, yeah, this type of research gap statement. Okay, saying or claiming that no study. Yeah, this is the lowest one. This is the weakest one. So this is another one. Yeah. Nevertheless, these previous studies have a tendency to examine media construction of Muslims as a homogeneous community. So this different type of research gaps statement, yeah, them from a previous one. This is the author, yeah, uh, criticize, yeah, criticize the previous work. Nevertheless, these previous studies have a tendency to examine media constructions of Muslims as a homogeneous community. So this is a critic. Yeah, yeah. This is not just to say, yeah, to refer to our previous studies, but to comment, yeah, on the previous studies. This is a better one, yeah, a better research gap statement or claim than the previous one. Than just saying that, or as far as I'm concerned, there is no study on the topic yet so far. Okay, but this is a better one. Okay, yeah, this is another example. Yeah. However, findings concerning the relation between teacher qualification and child language attainment have been mixed. Yeah. So this is also a critic to the previous studies. Have been mixed means, yeah, the findings are not consistent. Yeah. Some might have found, yeah, the relation. Yeah, some may have found the relation between teacher qualification and child language attainment strongly uh, correlated, strongly correlated. Yeah, but other studies may have found no. So the findings of study in previous studies are not consistent. Yeah, so this is a critic, yeah, to the previous studies. Okay. Another example, to the best of our knowledge, no earlier work, so this is the weakest one, yeah? No earlier work has investigated young learners' performance on integrated tasks in relation to individual differences in WM function, okay? Yeah, this is another example, but this is weakest, yeah, the lowest type, yeah, the weakest type of research gap statement. Okay, so taken together, previous studies have provided useful information about the vocabulary in EFL textbook. However, there are several areas that deserve attention from further research. So this is also a statement of research gap, yeah, but not in one sentence, yeah. There are 5 sentences. First, none of the previous studies examined. Yeah. Second, previous studies often rely solely. Third, except for Nguyen, previous research used the 2,000 word families and so on. Fourth, okay. So you see here, the statement of research gap is not just one. Yeah, there are 5. Yeah, 5 limitations, yeah, found from the previous studies. Yeah. So this one is a very strong research gap statement, because there are 5 limitations, yeah, or weaknesses of the previous studies. Yeah. None of the previous studies, yeah, previous studies often rely solely on the analysis of textbook corpora. Third, except one, previous research used 2,000 word families, yeah, from West. Okay. Fourth, previous studies examined the repetition of words from the second 1,000 word level. Last but not least, most previous studies focused on global textbooks only, yeah, to examine vocabulary in local school EFL textbook. So there are 5 sentences or 5 claims of research gap, yeah, addressed by the authors to support, to justify their research. And these 5 sentences, yeah, were taken from the analysis results, from the previous studies. Okay, we cannot just come up to this conclusion, or this claims of this statement, without analyzing, without referring to previous studies. Okay, so this is the car model again. Yeah, establishing this is the problem, situation, problem, solution. Yeah, so this is the model of research article introduction. We have to explain or discuss the situation. Yeah, by claiming centrality, and then the problem. Yeah, this is the problem, the research gap, and then the solution. Yeah, solution is the move 3. Okay, and evaluation is the result, and whether the solution is effective or not. And then we have to mention here, about the results, the important result. Okay, so this is the examples of the 7 types of research gap. Yeah, number 1 is evidence gap. Yeah, this is example. Results from studies allow for conclusion in their own right, but are contradictory when examined from a more abstract point of view. Okay, so the evidence gap. The evidence from previous studies are not consistent. Yeah, they can be contradictory. Yeah, they are contrasting each other. Yeah, they don't come up with the same conclusion. Okay, knowledge gap. Yeah, desired research finding do not exist. Yeah, so this is just like no study, on a particular topic yet. It's knowledge gap as far as we are concerned. Okay, number 3, practical knowledge gap. Professional behavior or practice deviate from research finding or not covered by research. Yeah, so research findings say something, but the practical knowledge says something different. Yeah, for example, research found that students must be active in speaking in the classroom. Okay, but the fact that students are passive in the classroom. Yeah, so this is the example of practical and knowledge gap. So practical is different from the knowledge. Okay, research results found something different, while in practical, the fact is also different. A methodological gap, yeah, a variation of research method is necessary to generate new insights, yeah, or to avoid distorted finding. Yeah. For example, most of the previous studies use qualitative approach and none of them use a quantitative approach. Yeah. We need to do the research, yeah, using quantitative approach because of, yeah, a particular reason. Okay, because quantitative research usually use a much bigger size of sample than qualitative research. So this is the example of methodological gap. Okay, we look at the limitation of the previous studies from the method and or from the research or design. Empirical gap, research findings or proposition need to be evaluated or empirically verified. Okay, so we question the result of previous studies, and therefore we need to study it again. Okay, yeah, we do not uh, fully believe, yeah, the findings or the result of previous studies. This is called empirical gap, or maybe, yeah, not enough studies on a particular study. Yeah, the studies on a particular topic are not sufficient yet. And then finally, the theoretical gap. Theory should be applied to certain research issues to generate new insight. There is lack of theory, thus a gap exists. Okay, so lack of theory. For example, yeah, this exists on a new topic, yeah, of research. Yeah, like the use of artificial intelligence. Yeah, the use of mobile in mobile instrument, yeah, devices, yeah, in doing research, or the use, for example, the mobile dictionary, yeah, in learning English. How effective is it? Yeah. Okay, so this is about research gap. Okay, the last one is population. Okay, yeah, population gap is the size of the population. Okay, so there are seven types of research gap. Yeah, evidence gap, knowledge gap, practical knowledge gap, methodological gap, empirical gap, theoretical gap, and then population gap. You can use at least one. Yeah, you can use more than one. Okay, two or three or four. Yeah, yeah. Based on my study, yeah, published in 2 years ago. Okay, yeah, about last year, yeah, earlier last year, in January last year, the article published in higher ranking journals use uh, more or less three or four different types of research gap statement. Okay, this is better than just use one. Okay. Okay, that is the presentation, yeah, for knowledge gap. Do you have any question so far?